A surplus 15-inch floor model drill press was the basic machine chosen to be retrofitted and modified for the main machine in Phase 1 of SAMC 1. The hand wheel feed was removed and an air-over-oil rotary actuator was fitted onto the machine. Students engineered and fabricated the actuator support. The transfer table is carrying an automated vise into the machine that was also being engineered at this time. A surplus milling machine vise was re-engineered with a pneumatic cylinder and limit switch. The vise table slide was set up and tested using a manually operated air valve. The pneumatic air valve manifold panel is being installed. The electrical control supply is also being put into place by Eric. Eric has become an electrical engineer. Final electrical connections and all the drill press's automatic systems are being connected to the PLC, the Programmable Logic Controller. A pneumatic pick-and-place robot is being made ready to become part of the total work cell. Many electrical and pneumatic connections have been made in advance of this time. The big day finally arrives. All electrical and pneumatic connections are complete. The robot will now pick up a cylindrical part from a table station. The part is loaded into the vise that transfers it to the drill press for a drilling operation. The transfer table will reverse and the robot will rotate the part 180 degrees and repeat the drilling operations. Upon completion of the drilling, the part is returned to the table. This is the end of the cycle in Phase 1, and a belt conveyor. A parts transfer slide had to be designed and fabricated. This station transfers the part off the conveyor and into the robot's pickup station. The conveyor was discarded from a local manufacturing company when they updated their manufacturing system. The Seaholm students redesigned the conveyor, modified the drive system, and painted the conveyor. The big day was when students placed the conveyor and the base unit they have built into its final spot in the system. An additional electrical interface box had to be constructed and wired into the system with the addition of the conveyor and the second robot. 3 additional electrical box panels had to be brought into the systems. They were all salvaged from a major model change being done at one of the big 3. As usual, all had to be degreased, cleaned, painted, and modified for our use. Much time was required to draw the schematics of all the electrical systems. Josh and David have completed college and are working in the computer industry. Max, the lad with the long black hair and wiring the motor, is a senior mechanical engineering student at the University of Michigan, Dearborn campus. Everything checks out and the electrical system has been completed. An excellent job was done by these high school students. Parts travel down the conveyor metered by escapement mechanism. Parts transfer and feed into number 1 robot pickup station. Phase 2 completion. A manufacturing center with 2 robots, an automatic drill press, and an automation-controlled conveyor. Robot number 1 will load a part into the vise. The vise and part are automatically fed into the press for drilling. The vise returns and the robot rotates the part and the operation repeats. Robot number 2 loads the part from the vise and places the part on the conveyor. The cycle begins again. SAMC Phase 3 added a 3rd robot, a hydraulic pick-and-place robot designed into the system. A 2nd conveyor and pallet loading station will also be incorporated into the manufacturing center. A hydraulic pick-and-place robot designed into the system. A 2nd conveyor and pallet loading station will also be incorporated into the manufacturing center. Students are designing a pallet loading and transfer station. A base is being designed and fabricated that will house transfer pallet stations. A gravity-fed conveyor was donated to the school technology program. It is shown being supported by 2 stools. The base, incline drop, and parts escapement were student designed and fabricated. The conveyor on its base showing incline drop and escapement. This is the big test day to see if the parts will travel at an adequate speed and the checking of the escapement. Things are looking good. The pallet transfer station is being readied for its big moment. The moment has arrived. Will the station work as promised? Darren says no sweat. Notice the facial expression at this moment. Darren was right. No sweat. SAMC at this point in time consisted of 3 robots, 2 conveyors, pallet loading and transfer station, and an automatic drill press. Watch it, Chrysler and Ford.